Hey, welcome back everybody. Rusty's Garage. Today we're going to do part 3 of a 5.3 LS breakdown. We left off 2 videos, part 2. So we're going to get cracking right away, which you see I already started, but don't worry, I'm going to walk you all through this right now real quick. Alright. In here, this bolt goes in there. It's a crank bolt, 24 millimeter. Break that loose. Pull this bolt out. Then, if you can see in there, I put a little adapter because it's a long crank bolt that goes in there. So I put a spacer bolt in there, if you could see that. And then I put this 3-jaw puller, harmonic balancer puller. It does all kinds of pulley wheels you could pull off with it. They have 2-arm, 3-arm. But this is a 3. And we are going to pull this harmonic balancer off. So I'm going to try to do it while I'm holding this camera. I'm going to put my knee under this pry bar. And then I'm going to ratchet this 3-arm doohickey here. And we're going to pop this wheel off. Alright, I'm going to hold it down with my arm. And you can see, as I'm pulling, you know what? Let's do it like this. How about like that? Let me back this up a little bit. I'm going to put my arm on this. See, but that's the, now you can't see. What if we went like that? I'm trying to get you some light in here. Okay, maybe that will work. And you see, as I'm tightening this right here, the pulley is slowly starting to come off the crank. The harmonic balancer. She's gonna pop. All right, look. I see it coming out. There she goes. And that's how it goes when you're by yourself. Everybody. Oh, boy. But no harm, no foul. Here's our tool. No harm, no foul. Had some bolts laying there. The pry bar's right there. There's the harmonic balancer. Let me pick this up. Yeah, could always use another set of hands. But there it is. Harmonic balancer off. You see that? We pulled it right out. Everybody, let me show you. Okay, here's that adapter I put in. You see, because you need something flat against the face of the crank. You see that? So this is another harmonic balancer puller tool. See, I put it right up in here. Boom. And I put my thing right on that. And you saw, pulls it right out. Nice and easy. So, there you go. Now that the harmonic balancer is off, now we're going to tackle the oil pan, the timing cover. Here are the bolts, 10 millimeter, all across here on the oil pan. I pulled them right out right before I connected the tools for the removal of the harmonic balancer. That's all in. I just want to tell everybody that they haven't done this before. There's so many videos out here for LS work. But right here, all the other bolts are the same except those. And here they are. See, they're the long ones. There's only 2 for the back. Everybody else is the same. So, now that I pulled those bolts, we're going to pull the oil pan off real quick, show you guys what's underneath. There'll be a pickup tube. Excuse me, I'm trying to get a glove on. Okay. We're going to pull this off right now together. Let's see where we can grab it from. Okay. You got to lift the oil pan straight because there's going to be a pickup tube in there. And there's that pickup tube. See it, guys? I'm going to remove this pan, get it out of our way. Okay. Pan is off. Got our bolts off. Now we're going to pull our gasket. Gasket's off. Just laying the gasket down. Sorry, everybody. A buddy of mine reached out to me watching the videos, and he says, "Yo, my man, you need a camera, dude." And you know what? I kind of do. Tripods, you got to keep moving them anyway. Stop what you're doing, keep moving them. So, here's a pickup tube I was telling everybody about. Little 10 millimeter bolt right here. Pop these off. I think they're 10 millimeter. Let me see. One second, guys. Oh, I think they're 13 millimeter. Sorry, guys. 13 on the windage, on the pickup tube. So you take this one off right here. And then in here is where the pickup tube goes to the oil pump. And this is a 10 millimeter bolt in here that you pop out. Take one of these 13s off. There's a few of them on here that holds a windage tray, and one of them is for here. So, boom. You pull this bolt off. Come over here, grab the windage tray, pickup tube, and pop it right out. goes the tube. And you hit these 13s, you take these all off right here. And then your windage tray is going to come off. Okay, look at that. There you go, everybody. There's your interior. Crank, rods, pistons. This is the whole rotating assembly bottom end. 6 bolt mains. You got 2, 4, and then 1 on each side. Right in here, I'll show you when I take these out on lighting, with better lighting. But there's your rotating assembly. So now we're going to pull off the front cover, the timing cover. That'll be our next step. Alright, so let me get set up for that. Alright, like I said, let's pull the cover. I have most of the bolts loose. Wow. I think that was my last one right there. Okay. Take all these bolts. Okay, timing chain, timing cover bolts, right there. All right, guys. And there goes the timing cover. Okay, look at that. There you go. Here's your timing chain right here, which has crazy slack in it. Look at that. Look at this slack in here. Plenty of slack in that chain. And there's your oil pump. Oil pump, timing chain. Inside this little cover right here. I'm blocking the light, sorry. So let me put this cover in the ground here. And keep these bolts together with it. Alright. Here's our bolts. Okay. Next, we're going to pull oil pump. Then we'll pull the timing chain off. And those will be our next steps. Alright. Let's move on. Okay, guys. That was 10 millimeter to get the cover off. The whole cover. 10 millimeter to back these out to get the oil pump off. Okay, let's pull these bolts. Oil pump. Now what you want to do is when you start doing all this stuff, I'm not showing you every single detail I'm doing, but in the process, I'm bagging these bolts. Labeling them, bagging bolts. Like for instance with the timing cover, I'm gonna bag them right down, timing cover bolts, clean everything up, and then I'm gonna put them in a baggie, and then I'm gonna tape that bag to that timing cover. Same thing with the windage tray, oil pan, valley cover, all that stuff. You're going to want to bag and tag this stuff. Alright, so we pulled 4 10mm bolts out. And as you see here, you wiggle a little bit and look. Boom. Oil pump is off. And that's what you're left with. Okay. Lay this down in here with this. Just so it lays in the cover here. I'm going to put these bolts right here until I can bag and tag all of this stuff. Now look what I was saying before. Look at this. We got some slack in that chain. Okay. Now we're going to try to get the timer chain off. Okay, we just hit these 3 bolts right here, 10mm. We'll take these out. Okay, you give it a little wiggle here and there. And there it goes, look. See that? Alright, let's get that off of there. Let's put these bolts down. We'll go right here on top of the windage tray with the 3 bolts. I don't know what all these are. I've taken apart plenty of these. So, okay, let's try to get this chain off so you guys can see. Okay, come on. And there it goes. Ta-da! Timing chain. 5-3. And do you see that? Here's our little cami. See that? There's our cam. That'd be our crank. So we're going to take this plate off. While we have it here, just so when we spin the motor, we're going to do the top end and then we'll wrap up the bottom end again, because I haven't showed too much of the lifter trays and lifters. Or we'll save that to the end and then we'll do that in the cam. It doesn't matter when you're doing breakdown. But there she goes. Cam and crank, and that's how it is. Now there's another plate. You got another plate back here. That's the rear plate. There's your rear main seal. There you got another plate back there that we got to get off. But that's okay. Alright guys. Not too crazy. I don't want to make these videos all crazy long. It's not that complicated, like I said from the get-go. Right from jump. Not that crazy. Just bag and tag your bolts and your parts if you're a first timer, and you'll be okay. Now in part 4, which will be the last video for breakdown, I'm going to show everybody how I mark my mains. Now, you see over here, there's a 1, and then there's a 2, and then there's a 3. Now, you do small block Chevy and stuff like that, you don't have marks like that. And, you know, if they don't have any markings, you get a punch and a hammer, and you punch a hole in here, a little dentation as number 1. And then you do 2 indentations here, 3 here, 4, so on. But that's what you should do when you start taking apart stuff like this, because you want all this to go back. So on LSs, these are marked for us, which are very nice. saves on the work. Yes. So, until part 4, races, viewers, and fans, Rusty's Garage. Always getting at it. Always wrenching, baby. When in doubt, throttle out.